Barron came in Monday after the game. He's in concussion protocol. We already talked about Zay Jones going to IR. Simi Fajoko's going to go to IR. Marvin, 2 nights ago, or 1 night, no, 2 nights ago, had surgery, appendicitis, so he's going to be out. And Mac Wilson with the ribs will be out. Everybody else, you guys will see that report today. Varying levels of each guy, what they're working through.
Just like a...
It's just this night. You just want this nightmare to be over. The nightmare of the 2025 season. It's just like it just didn't. It didn't go the way it was supposed to go. They were supposed to get off to a great start. They should be 6-3 right now. We should be talking about the playoffs and the schedule and and things like that. And instead, you're 3-6 and you've got one of the worst records. And there's 8 games left, and half your team is injured, and your quarterbacks are going to be on the trade block if you don't cut them. And you just lost a game to Seattle in which you were down 35-0 to the Seattle Seahawks. It's just like, damn. Again, like I said, sometimes it's just not your year. It's just not your year.
The phrase you used earlier was a lost season, and it's really starting to feel like it's just a lost
whole season. Just a loss.
The whole season. Where like you said, sometimes players have a lost season. Darius Robinson last year had a lost season where it's just one you just let's just forget about it and move on and act like it didn't happen. This is a team one, and it really does, so little has gone right that it really doesn't take you long to come up with a list of the things that have gone right. I do think Lauren's point is correct. I think Will Johnson has gone right this year. I think, okay, there's a part that you can use and is going to be very functional for you and very good for years to come. I think that's great. I think as crazy as it sounds, the fact that they're building this practice facility, I think that's great. I think that's a great sign because it's been long overdue and well needed. Beyond that,
that's a really great. I am racking my brain right now,
trying to think of
what has gone right for the Arizona Cardinals this year.
What has gone right?
You're barely limited.
I mean, okay, I'll throw this one out.
I mean, Trey McBride in the end zone.
Okay, that's gone right.
Trey McBride getting touchdowns in the end zone.
Clarity on Kyler Murray.
Clarity? Yes.
Has that gone right this year?
Well, not for the right reasons.
No, of course not. Nope. No, but at the end of the day, ultimately, the ends justifying the means. At least, if nothing else, we can say in 2025, we got clarity on Kyler Murray and whether you should move forward or not. Mitch, you look like you want to jump in. I see you. No, okay, you're.
I was going to say the better than expected reunion with Calais Campbell.
Okay, that's gone.
I mean, but it's just.
It's
all the losses.
Nothing can be looked at through the prism of wins and losses.
Okay.
Because if that's the case, then
Calais came back and he's going to finish his career with the Cardinals.
If that's the case, nothing's gone right this year, right? If we're just going to look at everything through wins and losses, nothing has worked.
For me personally, having Lorenzo Alexander, our good friend, finally come over to the dark side was one of the that to me was that was special.
Called him Booter Baker.
Didn't pack it in. Yeah. And I think a lot of that has to do with Jonathan Gannon. I don't know what he said at halftime, but
that's not in their character. I mean, we think about Booter Baker, Calais
sound like
Campbell.
Gambo.
I know. I've been listening to him. I work with him too, right? Yeah, I do sound like.
So, welcome to the club, Booter Baker.
Yeah, that's a positive for you this year.
Yeah, I got Zoe on my side now. He can't say his name either.
It's funny.
I was with Mark McClune the other night on the Cardinals
and
postgame.
McClune tagged us all on social media, and that was funny.
There you go.
Jonathan Gannon was asked today about if the plans change with all these injuries.
You see who's available, and you put a plan together, That's all I can really say, Josh, about that. Everybody goes through it.
When does that, because you said like you have A, B, C, D heading to the season. When does that change?
A, B, C, and D changes weekly,
Yeah, it does. Because
I almost, okay. Does he sound defeated to you?
Yeah.
Okay, because he does to me. He just sounds defeated. Like and I feel bad. I like Jonathan Gannon. I like Monty Osiford, and I want them to do well. And I'm rooting for them. I don't want them to be fired. But, when you've had so many injuries and from James Conner on, it's just like, he gets up there and what the hell do you want me to say?
I know, but I also want to be really clear about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make it sound like that just because I thought he sounded defeated today, that means Jonathan Gannon is defeated. You know, I think there's a real distinction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that press conference sucked for Jonathan Gannon to have to do that.
Sure. Gotta
To
tell you,
sit
more
up there in
guys
front
are
of
out.
everybody. More guys are out, and look at our wide receiver room. It's Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, and Xavier Weaver. And we've got Andre Bocellia and Tajon Palmer and Jalen Brooks on the practice squad, and we gotta go beat the San Francisco 49ers this week. And then they email out the injury report. Everybody else who didn't practice today in the closed walk-through practice, which was Gambo's waving the white flag again, just like he was in the 2 o'clock hour of the show. This handmade
Mercy.
white flag.
Surrender.
But I don't...
Surrender.
Yes, Jonathan Gannon's voice was one of defeat. But I don't think that means he's defeated.
No, you're exactly right. There's two different things. But like you get this news, and okay, he's out. Like, you know, it's hard enough to compete in this league. And when you don't have your starting running back, you don't have your backup running back, you don't have your middle linebacker that calls out the plays, you don't have your top wide receiver. It's just like okay, like there comes a point where you just don't have the bodies to compete. You just don't have the body. Think about that. I mean, last week they played without their number one cornerback, their number two cornerback, and their middle linebacker, their number one running back, their number two running back, their number one quarterback. Like, start to add it up.
Yeah.
You went into Seattle without your number one and number two cornerbacks, your number one linebacker, your number one quarterback, your number one running back, your number two running back. Like, there comes a point when, like, okay, yeah, I know it's next man up, but after a while, next man up is just, it's not going to work.
You ready for this? You
Yeah,
ready?
yeah,
Okay. Sit back and get comfy. The Cardinals held a walkthrough today. Their injury report is merely an estimation. Did not practice. Kelvin Beachum, Baron Browning, Marvin Harrison Jr., Will Johnson, Bilal Nichols, Dadrian Taylor Demerson, Jonah Williams, Mac Wilson Sr. Limited in practice today. Evan Brown, Will Hernandez, Bam Knight, Max Melton, Walter Nolan, B.J. Ojolari, Darius Robinson, Xavier Weaver.
Wow.
I mean, it's and you're right. At
Bam
some
Knight's
point,
hurt now, too?
next man up, yeah, Bam Knight, it's ankle.
Oh, God.
It's an ankle. So, I mean, it's just, and I really had thought yesterday that this game was one of the most important games Jonathan Gannon was ever going to coach in his Cardinals career.
Did you change your mind?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I'm just kind of forced to.
It's going to be hard to compete.
It's just going to be very hard to compete with an injury report like this. It's
San
going to be
Francisco's
very
got a
hard.
big injury report, too. They're fighting for a playoff spot, just so you know. They are.
I'll tell you what, it's not as big as the Cardinals.
It's not.
It's not. No, I'm looking at it. It's side by side. It's literally not as big as the Arizona Cardinals. It's half the size, if even that.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.